Alright?
Alright.
Alright. You're with Al and Biff job.
What are we doing?
Well, last week I got my shafts reshafted, I got my clubs reshafted, and I did the numbers on the launch. Didn't do any of the carry, but did the launch and the peak height, and they made a massive difference. My peak height was down on 7-iron from like 125 to like 95, 100-ish. It was ridiculous, the difference. But I want to see the carry numbers now, so I want to do my yardages. I want you to run through my yardages with me, because I know my numbers, like certainly in the old irons, I know them, but more so just from like experience of playing, not so much in actually standing there and going, right, what does each club go? So I want you, full wisdom head on, and we're going to talk about the yardages, how you can get your yardages, why you need to know them, which is quite obvious really.
Because I want to hit 4-iron from 110.
Which is yeah, quite obvious. And yeah, hopefully I can actually find the middle of the club face so we can get some proper numbers.
We'll get some variants anyway, should be fun.
So Trackman's out.
Yeah, I'll get Trackman out.
Crackman.
You're getting Trackman out. Cracked man.
Crackman's out. We got going with this.
Al, you're watching, right? You go one zip that side, one zip that side. Don't zip it all the way to the bottom. Put your hand in, get hold of it and slide it out. If you noticed, it doesn't hit the floor when you do that.
Design fault,
You
mate.
absolute idiot.
It's a design fault.
We're going to hit a few warm-ups. Oh, your glasses have gone.
Oh no.
Look.
Wisdom Biff glasses. I'm not going to be able to see the ball flight now.
Water all over the lenses now. Sorry.
Is there ever a day you don't ruin something of mine?
You put them in a silly place.
What, not on the floor?
Where did you balance them on your golf bag?
This is delicious.
Look at that chip on camera. Just building it up, Paul, that's what I'm doing, just building it up.
Love that. I've got time for that. I'm just doing the important stuff.
Yeah, you get that ready. I'm getting ready to play. I'm just fattening it. Crackman!
You know, because I've got my PC in my house,
Crackman!
and I've been not really using my iPad, just been using my iPhone. Well, the programs I've been using have now, well, tell me they've now expired.
What do you mean? Trackman Go has expired.
Trackman Beta.
Oh.
I was using the beta program to test it.
So is that what's that mean?
Yeah. Means yeah right now.
Don't tell me we can't use Trackman.
We have to use the phone.
Does the phone work though?
Hope so.
Can't have the big view.
I was going to go big view.
One
so
job, mate. You can't even hit a ball at the minute. One job.
Well, the other option is to take it all home and leave you here.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, thought as much.
Okay. Oh.
No. Hey.
Okay, if you could stop thinning it.
Well, you've got the fats and the thins. This could be really good fun for distance control in a minute. Launch angle, smash factor, carry. We'll have a bit of height, and we will have landing angle as well. That'd be a good one.
Landing angle.
Landing angle.
Langle.
The reason why we're going to have a little bit of landing angle is because we don't want the ball coming in too steep, and we don't want it coming in too flat. We're around about that 45 degrees, so that when it hits the green, obviously a little bit of spin, it'll settle nicely without it shut. Big first hop, or when it gets into wind and it gets too steep on the way down, obviously it stalls a bit too much and then starts spinning loads, stalling, and then your distance control goes everywhere.
Which is pretty much what was happening with my when I had the shafts in.
Yeah, that's exactly what was happening.
Any wind, it just go nowhere. So I'm expecting out of this today, I'm expecting a bit more yardage, a bit more carry out of them. You'll see the numbers, hopefully they're still launching decent and peak height isn't ridiculously high. And yeah, just try and get a bit of work doing, knowing exactly how far I hit each club, but also a little bit from you on how you know your yardages and whether it's literally one yardage or do you know it, well, this yardage is a full one, this is me bit off, whatever you might call it. So that's what I'm going to do now. So we'll start with my pitching wedge.
Start with your pitching wedge.
The other wedges, to be honest with you, I know the numbers on them, and that's where I'm a bit more specific on. I say specific, should be specific through the bag, but
Specific?
a bit more specific on different shots. And we did that the other week, didn't we, in terms of getting...
What, went over to Pacific?
We didn't go with Pacific, you can't fly anywhere at the moment, but knowing what the yardages on your wedges are, different swings, not full, and then 90%. You had quite a lot of wisdom when you did that, so I need the same sort of...
Well look, the glasses are on, it's early morning, and I've had a coffee. As you can tell from my demeanour, I look a bit hyper, don't I?
Same sort of thing. I'm just gonna get a feeling here. Just separate the rib cage from the upper body, yeah? That's my feeling. Look how that opens the hips as well. Shoulders staying squared, rib cage separating.
I've got a back injury at the moment. That'd be good fun for me to do that, wouldn't it?
Like that?
Yeah.
Right. We ready?
We're ready.
So what do you want me to do? Just hit a full shot?
Yeah, I want you to hit a couple of full shots.
Not like madness, but just...
No. Well, it'll take you a few to get up to your peak.
Okay.
You gotta make sure you don't fat it.
Gotta make sure I don't fat it yet. Oh, these are going to annoy me. This is going to annoy me. Rubber. Thanks.
I just have a towel next to you.
See, I knew you were being a knob then, but I actually do need it, thanks. But you were being a knob, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
How often do you do your yardages, or do you just know them now and they don't really change?
I actually know them to the point that if someone gives me a new set of golf clubs and they actually go a bit further, I kind of either want to try and bend the lofts back so that they go the same number.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
It's easy doing that than actually changing and thinking.
well, all of a sudden my hands are going 5 yards further, but my drive is not going any further. I'm just squashing a gap.
Yeah, okay.
My gaps are my gaps, and that's the way it
So
is.
it's all about that uniformity between each club, making sure that you're not, it's great if you hit your 3-wood 380,
Yeah,
but then you've got 4 irons your next club in your bag and you hit it 190, you're like,
exactly
well,
that. That was a good hit, wasn't it?
yeah. A little bit slow still. A little bit slow. What's that carrying that?
Let's go 140.
Oh, is it, yeah? Okay, that's good.
You got any breeze there? You think a little bit of help?
A little bit out of the left, I think. I haven't gone miles.
Yeah, that's a flyer.
Is it?
Yeah, 4,500 spin.
Bit of moisture on the club
Yeah.
there.
So between that one and your fat one, we have some variance.
The fat one was early.
That one was early. Lovely. Right, okay, so point of experiment. I just want you to hit a couple of those 90%ers that we talked about last time.
Okay. 90% jobbies.
By point of reference, everything's been going about 140, so I'm not going to tell him. 90% should go around 126. We should know if they're going about what we think they should be. Not bad, 130. Bit low in spin though. So I might have a little flyer, so that's actually not too bad.
Still 90%, yeah?
90% please. Yeah, nice. Okay. What I was telling everyone was your full shot was going around the 140 mark.
Mhm.
You got the other one at 141, you got the other one at 145 when it just didn't spin. So then at 90% I was expecting 126.
Yeah.
So the last two you've hit have been 130, 131,
Okay.
but your spin rate's been down.
Okay.
So you obviously had a little bit
moisture.
on there, so which is why it's gone too far. So I think that's about right. I think that's
Okay.
pretty good, to be fair. And to be honest with you, this is the best I've ever seen you swing it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, look at that. What is that? What have you been doing? Oh. What? Oh, here's the thing, right? So someone on me comments, someone Scottish, commented that I keep saying jobby, and in Scotland that means something different.
Alright, what's jobby mean?
That
Isn't it?
jobby means.
What does jobby mean now?
Jobby means that. So why ever put it so close to that, me bag?
I'm not going to tell you like, why I think this is good, because when I start coaching, it's what you're going to pay me all the money for. But and they've all been pretty good like that.
Oh. So I haven't got my other camera to focus on the Trackman jobby like last jobby. Can't keep saying that now. That's basically saying I haven't got my camera to focus on the Trackman poo. That's basically what it means.
Yeah, good. What does Biff mean?
That means like someone, like there's people like if they get drawn with someone that they don't want to play with, it's not very good. They'd be like, oh, I had to play with some Biff.
I think it means something else in the south, but never mind.
That's the context that I put it into. Would you say, right, the general, you whatever, amateur golfer, would they base their yardages off their averages and better hitting that? I mean, I always think they're better playing for their average rather than going, right, it's 150 flag. I know if I absolutely rip an 8-iron, I hit it 150, they'll go rip 8-iron, which you're only going to do probably 1 in 10 times. I think going average, but again, it depends where pin is and everything like that.
I was just about to say, I think you've got to think about your averages definitely, and you've got to think about where your best one goes and also where your worst one goes. Now, if your worst one's a top along the floor, then it doesn't matter. But if you're thinking about, I can hit my best one, but that can't go long, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you've got to hit your best one to carry something, that's also the other side of it.
Yeah.
So
if it's a front pin and you've got 150, 145 to carry the water, and your best 8-iron is 150, it's 7.
definitely, 100%. If
But
you've got all that
pin,
room, yeah.
If it's back pin, it's 150, and you got 120 to carry the water, but it's bad long, 8-iron, because you know your best one's not going long. I'm using proper balls here, by the way, so the ball that I use, staff model, so make sure it gets proper readings by using the ball that I actually use. You always look at me like,
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm just not expecting him to be this pro. Because again, mixing this practice bag is like, I'm pretty sure I've seen a Bellata in there, as well as a Top Flight XL, and some of them are yellow.
Yeah, they're the warm-up balls.
Right. 9-9, yeah?
Yeah. Let's give it a brace in here, dry the balls. He wets them, doesn't he?
Yeah. I've done that before.
Wet the balls?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
See what difference it makes?
Yeah, I had an issue with driver. That every time I hit, it was raining, it just went sideways. Like a lost gear effect or something, I don't know.
I've had that, you can almost feel it slide on
Yeah.
the club. It's awful. Good thing to have it mentally when you stood over the tee
Yeah, just
shot.
going, I can't not hit this miles right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, that is...
That's 9-9 done. We've hit 2 shots.
Oh. Yeah.
Wherever that is. I'll take that.
What?
Yeah, okay. 153.9.
Just really write these down.
It's alright. They're the same as mine, so I'll remember them.
Are they? Literally?
Yeah.
Oh. I just like this feeling. That.
Yeah. You don't think you're going to do a jobby?
You actually feel nervous. Stood there hitting shots, you know.
It's great, isn't it?
Normally,
I remember
I
when we
wouldn't
have
be
chipping
bothered. You
comps
just
and
go,
all that.
oh, I'll hit another one, I'll hit another one. But because it's on there, you're like, don't fat it.
Everyone else going, you're shit.
Basically, yeah.
Like that.
Covered myself.
If ever there's a good example of mental, silly
wasn't
mentality. Well then don't fat it, fat.
If any example of being mental, that's it.
Don't fat it, fat.
So we've had 140, 153, and we want back 165 really. No, 155.
Yeah,
no.
so come out of that
No.
then.
No.
Left it weak.
He didn't get that one. That was nice. Are we having that one?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, we'll have that one. We'll have him. Good swing, that.
Thanks.
163.
163.
Yeah. So
We've got
140, 153, 163. Now, obviously we've gone 13-yard gap and then a 10-yard gap. So after we've done all this, we see where the gaps are, and then we have to get these things loft and lied again.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, it's worthwhile doing, because how long have you had these for now?
What, start of lockdown? Maybe 4 months.
And you've been hitting a lot of balls on a mat?
Yeah, indoor. Yeah.
So they're very soft, these. They might have moved a little bit.
Right.
So if you start getting like ones where you got the 15-yard gap and then only an 8-yard gap and stuff like that, just have the lofts checked again. So they're nice. So you know
everything's uniform.
Yeah. Well, not only uniform, but you then can see if you might need an extra degree off an 8-iron or a 6-iron.
Well, it's purely, yeah, it's not in terms of degrees between the clubs, it's yardage, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing that matters.
Yeah.
Because again, like we all try, you try and manufacture shafts the same, you try and cut shafts the same, you try and do all that sort of stuff. So, but if that shaft performs very slightly different to the next shaft, then you're going to get a different yardage relative to what those lofts are.
Yeah.
So you've got to get everything, you've got to work almost yardage backwards, not the other way around.
Got to keep them shiny. That's the key. Keep them shiny. Shafts aren't shiny though, are they? They're more like a matte.
For a 7-iron, we want this around about the 175 mark now, really, to get us back on track.
A little bit, there's definitely a wind out the left, isn't there?
Yeah,
it's alright, but
I know he waffled on the last video without me there about how good these shafts are relative to his other ones, and I've got to agree actually.
yeah.
Much better. I like everything around that 100 foot when I sort of see my peak height, which pretty much everything now on Al so far have been in around that 100 foot high.
What was that one then?
100.4.
100.4. Told you, didn't I? Told you.
That's 20 foot lower than what he used to hit it.
But it's still spinning alright, so if it comes out low and doesn't spin, or you can't control it, it's the green, it's shooting through the back, which isn't obviously...
I also said another thing at the very start of the video about landing angle. 45 degrees.
Landing angle, mate.
Landing angle. I can even say it now, landing angle.
This is why you're here. I wouldn't know that stuff, really.
Good, isn't it?
What did we say, 1.7 on that?
175.
Ooh, 175.6.
0.6.
0.6 out. So you're this far out.
No!
I've got to pace how far out he is. He's this far out. Yeah, that far out. Damn. It's gone in the back edge of the hole rather than the front edge.
Good enough, that.
6-iron?
Yeah, that's a good reference, that, the 7-iron, because this was last week when I was hitting them with me previous shafts in. It's gone dark, hasn't it?
Yeah.
My previous shafts in. It was slightly in throughout the left, the wind, and I wasn't getting it like above 160.
Really?
Oh, I took so much off it. But that's when the peak height was like 125, like...
Yeah, so your peak height's sort of 95 to 100 now. Your spin rate's in around 7,000 for a 7-iron. Yeah, 6.5 be nicer, but 7's quite nice. But your landing angle every single time.
Landing angle
has been 44, 45, 46, 47. It's been in that lovely window.
Controllable when it's hitting the green. Nice.
Exactly that now.
Nice.
6-iron?
6.
So far we've got 140, 153, 163, 175. So for me at the moment, I think your 9-iron's maybe a little bit strong.
Okay.
Or your 8-iron's a little bit weak.
Yeah.
But more that your...
Probably 9-iron looking 150, aren't you? If
Yeah.
that's going 153.
140, 150, 162, 175. I want 6-iron in around the 185, 190 area really.
This is purely carry numbers, by the way, we're talking about. And I think depending on what your ball flight is like, you've got to know both. So you've absolutely got to know a carry number, because if there's a hazard at a certain distance, you've got to know that you're comfortable in carrying that. But I think you've got to know as well how you generally flight the ball, and if you have it very low and it runs a lot, it's knowing your total distance, but that changes with conditions all the time.
This is why carry distance is so important. When you go to different golf courses, say you go to somewhere soft and wet, and it's just sort of one bounce stopping, that's going to be completely different to if you're going to play links golf. So where you hit your 5-iron 200 yards on a links golf course, you might only hit it 170 total on a parkland.
Yeah.
So it's important to know that your 5-iron actually does carry 165 or whatever it is every time, well, in and around every time, and then you can judge what the run out's going to be beyond there. It's no good just knowing your total all the time.
Yeah, I think that's the most common thing, is you'll hear people say my 7-iron 150, which is a lot of people, but that's like total distance, and that can literally change day to day.
Oh, early detection radar system.
Oh really?
That's why it's gone dark. A little bit of rain in the air.
Oh no.
Oh no. 6-iron.
Let's rapid fire through these then.
Yeah, get rid. Hello. Is that your jobby?
That's too big a jobby, that, for him.
It's bigger than him.
He does mini jobbies, that.
Oh, that sounded nice.
Yeah, that was absolutely nutted, that. Like on miles.
No, it's just like we said, 185 to 190. This is why I'm laughing. It's gone 190 on the absolute nose. It's spun at 6.4 and the landing angle is 44.6 for the peak out of 96. Let's call that perfect.
Okay.
5-iron?
5-iron. But you knew from one golf swing.
Don't need to do more than is necessary,
You
really.
knew from one golf swing you hit it. It sounded filth from my side. You've gone, ripped it, and it's gone the number that it should go.
Yeah. So what are we looking now? 200?
So when you get into the long irons, you have like the middle section of your bag sort of going maybe even 12 to even 15 yards sometimes. When you get into the longer stuff, and you see this a lot when you're club fitting, few of the club fitting guys that'll be watching this, they'll know this.
Yeah, they'll be critiquing this, by the way.
Yeah, they will.
Don't get it wrong.
They're going to literally slate his
Don't get it wrong.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. But 5, 4 and 3-iron and 2-iron, what you find is the actual gap in carry actually reduces a little bit more.
Okay.
But the total changes.
Yeah.
Because the actual angle of descent is becoming a bit
It was
flatter.
like the 4-iron runs so much more than a 6-iron.
Exactly, but then 2-iron, it's hard to keep that sort of 12-yard gap in between each one when you get into the longer stuff. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes now. But yeah, we're kind of hoping for just over 200 yards, really.
Okay.
Is what I'm hoping for based on everything else. Well, that flight is so different to what it used to be.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? We're a little heavy, that, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, a little heavy.
See, and you've got to be honest when you're doing this sort of thing as well.
Just didn't quite.
Still 195 though.
Was it? Yeah, just that smidgen, you know, just tiny groove high.
That was a strike.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Right, now we have an issue.
Off a breeze here, though.
Yeah, but the last few, they've barely gone over 190. But the spin has been the same as your 6-iron.
Right.
And everything's has literally been the same as your 6-iron. But the club speed's been higher.
I've done quite a lot of work with 5-iron recently.
For length of, so I think that's definitely what I get looked at loft and lie wise.
It's interesting.
Because that might have moved.
Yeah.
Because the speed of his golf swing's increased more than 6-iron. It's a longer lever. You should swing 5-iron faster than 6-iron. The carry hasn't moved, and the spin's gone. Well, it's actually gone up more than 6-iron by 100 or 2 RPM.
Let's hit one more.
So that's saying to me that the length of the lever's longer. 5-iron's longer than 6-iron, but there's more loft on this 5-iron than should be. Maybe it's more like a 6-iron. So the actual carry distance, pretty much exactly the same as 6-iron.
I did hit that one good. Right, that is very good. That is very good. Pretty much the same.
191.
Yeah.
Spinning at 6.2.
Really?
Yeah.
I have done a lot because I get obsessed hitting the same clubs all the time, and I almost like wear all my 8 irons out because that's what I practice with the most. So I've started hitting a lot more longer stuff.
That's definitely what I get.
It's moved a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely what I get. That and your 9 iron at the moment is just a little red flag.
Okay. Okay.
Last one.
Proper iron in the bag. I know not, you know, if you haven't got Trackman or anything, you can still do your yardages. Just put a cone out like them. You know, if you think you carry your 7 iron 150, measure it with a Bushnell or whatever you've got. Put the cone out at 150 and then just see how close you're landing it to him. If it's better to do when it's soft in it because it's not bouncing very far. Then
I think you can do with a sky, with a sky track thing, can't you now?
Oh, like the
GPS thing. You can actually
GPS things. You can, yeah.
So you don't need like an actual laser.
Yeah.
Or just go to somewhere that's got a top tracer.
Yeah. And then range balls and everything.
Yeah, so,
Man in corners in danger now, isn't he?
yeah. The low ratter 4 iron. Little. Yeah.
Yeah. So soft. Oh, stuck underneath it.
That's annoying. She's middle that as well.
My bad move. Stuck underneath.
Well, look, it's over 200 yards anyway. Oh, we're going to be here all day.
Why?
It's just not going more than 200, but it's soft and...
That's a good flight.
That was very good. 202. So, at the moment, 4 and 5 iron are looking like they're not moving up as much as the other ones. But I did say that before, that when you start getting this longer stuff, that the carry distance changes a little bit and comes back the other way.
Yeah.
But again, that's spinning at 5.2.
Is it?
Yeah. Consistently been over 5 with 4 iron.
But we know the shafts are right because in the other stuff, it's spot on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just maybe the lofts.
Maybe the lofts have just weakened off a little bit. How's that?
Very decent. I'm just not compressing it properly this morning.
205.
Yeah, it felt decent.
But again, 5,000 spin. And the angle of attack is down at it. It's 4 down.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So you've got enough compression on it. Spins a little high.
I've got this now. Don't worry about it.
Okay. If this goes 210, we know he's got a shit goal swing that goes 200, and a proper carry one and a proper one that goes 210.
It hasn't.
No, everything's spinning at 5.2, 5.3, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
So the longer stuff.
Might just need a little bit of a tweak. But this is why we do it, this is why we find it out.
Wow. What, we just do that with it?
Fastest club speed by a long way.
Was it? What was that at?
101.
And what was the distance?
206.
Was it? Yeah.
Spin rate 4.7.
Bit closer. But that's me trying to hit a draw.
Yeah.
I don't want to try and hit a draw that much, but...
Now, looking at them, I think with the new shafts, I think that's made a massive difference to your peak height.
Good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just needs to have a little look at a 9 iron. I think 9 iron might need a little look at. Might
Yeah.
be a little bit too strong 9 iron. And then just have a little look at the 4 and 5 irons. Maybe just might need a degree off them also.
Okay. Go to Jamie's Loft and Lie jobby.
Jimmy Guy, Fizz Golf.
I need to stop saying jobby every time I say it. Loft and Lie poo. Go to Jamie's Loft and Lie poo. So let's have a little update on your back. What's happening with that?
Don't know, it's broke. It's falling off. Back's falling off.
Yeah, so you've noticed Paul hasn't played the events recently. He's just been struggling a little bit more this time of day, innit?
Yeah.
Back's struggling. That's why he's not in any balls. That's why he's being Wisdom Biff rather than Biff.
Yeah, the thing why I'm not too worried is it's better in the evenings, so It's just mornings, I just can't quite get it moving yet, but we'll be back soon.
Better in the evenings after 8 beers.
Am I?
That's interesting, that, mate. I'm glad we did that.
Good.
I think that's why it's important that even when you know, if you're practicing, certainly if you've got forge clubs, they can move like quite a bit, can't they? Yeah, you need to. They can move quite a bit. Yeah. And I think if you don't get them checked every, what, would you say 6 months? Depends how often you're hitting balls, doesn't it?
I'll be honest, I get mine done every other event.
Do you?
Yeah.
Just get them checked?
Yeah, well, the lads are there. Again, look, we're very fortunate as tour pros that we've got the vans there and all that sort of stuff, blah, blah, blah. So you take advantage of it, don't you? That's all. So as I've got the facility to do it, I'll just get mine checked as often as possible.
I'm going to get a loft and lie machine. Quite expensive, aren't they?
I'd like to see you with a loft and line machine. I could just see you snapping your head clean off.
Oh, we did it in my PGA club building.
How many years ago?
Passed it straight away, so who's the idiot?
You.
Okay then, yeah, thank you.
Well, we know how far his clubs go now.
Yeah.
And we've got some reasoning behind why some stuff may not be going quite as far as what we need to.
So we're 140 wedge, 153 9 iron. Let's just have a little look at that.
162, 163 8 iron.
Yeah.
175 7 iron. 196 iron. 195 iron. 194 iron.
Very good, that, yeah, thank you. Right, so we'll call it a day there. I'm going to get me lofts just checked now.
Lovely.
That's my head screwed up, that.
Brilliant.
Thanks for coming, mate.
Anytime. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. And if you could subscribe and the little subscribe jobby. No. If you could subscribe and the little subscribe poo, that'd be great. And that's what I'm saying, basically. That is what I'm saying. Everything is poo. Look at me new club poos. I'd say club jobbies, wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Like, that's literally what I'd say.
I'll get mine out of the way. I'll see you down the line.
See you next Tuesday.